What's up, EV Clan? Alex Espion here, and welcome to my brand new series, the Pokemon Gold version randomizer. So let's start with new game, because that's a very good place to start. Dot. What? You woke me up. Will you check the clock for me? What time is it? Day 10 o'clock! Yeah, what? Day 10 o'clock? I know, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's not AM or PM, it's just day. Day 10 o'clock. Yep. Day 10 o'clock. How many minutes? I lied with the 10, so I'm gonna lie with this one too. It's 10:10 o'clock in the day. Day 10 of 10. Day 10:10. I overslept. Sure did. My gosh, you're waking up at 10:10 in the morning? Goodness. I guess you're an old man. I guess you gotta sleep then. That's fair, actually. Hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak. People call me the Pokemon Professor. This world is inhabited by creatures that we call Pokemon. Like that one right there. That's a Politoed. People in Pokemon live together by supporting each other. That's how you know it's randomized. Usually it's not a Politoed. Some people play with Pokemon. Some battle with them. But we don't know everything about Pokemon yet. There are still many mysteries to solve. That's why I study Pokemon every day. Now, what did you say your name was? My name? It's not Gold, not Hero, not Taylor, not Clark. Why did I read that as Clark? That says Carl. I mean, I guess Carl isn't normally spelled with a K, so they really did try to trip me up on that one, I think. They placed that K specifically there to confuse me, I assure you. But my name is Alex. Nice to meet you, Professor Oak. I don't know if he said his name was Professor Oak yet. I wasn't really listening, I was just kind of reading. Alex, are you ready? Your very own Pokemon story is about to unfold. You'll face fun times and tough challenges. A world of dreams and adventures. With Pokemon awaits. Let's go! You're not going anywhere. I'll be seeing you later. Okay, ta-ta for now, Professor Oak. I will see you later, I suppose. My gosh, is the shade of red they used on this spray blinding. Oh, Alex, our neighbor, Professor Elm, was looking for you. He said he wanted you to do something for him. Oh, I almost forgot. Your Pokemon gear is back from the repair shop. Here you go. Alex received Pokegear. Thank you, Mother. Pokemon gear, or just Pokegear, it's essential if you want to be a good trainer. Oh, the day of the week isn't set. You mustn't forget that. What day is it? It is... Okay, this one I won't lie. It is a Wednesday when I'm filming this. Wednesday, is it? I think so. Is it daylight savings time right now? No. 10:12 a.m. Is that okay? I mean, no, but I don't really care. Come home to adjust your clock for daylight saving time. By the way, do you know how to use the phone? Yes, I know how to use a phone. Don't you just turn the Pokegear on and select the phone icon? Yes. Phone numbers are stored in memory. Just choose the name. Okay, I get it. I told you I know how to use the phone. Gee, isn't that convenient? Sure is. Thank you for tutorialing me, even though I declined the tutorial. Anyway, off we go to the lab. Right over here. There's a suspicious red-haired man out by the back, but we'll just ignore him for now. Alex, there you are. Oh, sorry, I need to give him a more nerdy voice. I needed to ask you a favor. I have an acquaintance called Mr. Pokemon. He keeps finding weird things and raving about his discoveries. Anyway, I just got an email from him saying that this time it's real. It is intriguing, but we're busy with our Pokemon research. Could you look into it for us? I'll give you a Pokemon for a partner. They're all rare Pokemon that we just found. Go on, pick one. Thank you, Professor Elm. Thank you for your generosity. And I didn't even ask. I didn't have to ask for Pokemon. He gave it to me. What a great guy. just gave me a Pokemon to do an errand. Vileplume is one choice. Think it over carefully. Your partner is important. I understand. Thank you for urging me to think it over carefully. But, that's a pretty good choice. However, in a Nuzlocke, 4 times weak to fire does scare me. That's a very good choice. Scizor was a pretty good choice. This is a very good choice. I like myself some Ampharos. But is Vileplume or Ampharos better? Because I love Scizor, and I think that Scizor will put in work, but at the same time, 4 times weakness to fire worries me. So I think I'm gonna go with the Mareep. So, you like Mareep? Yes. I think that's a great Pokemon, too. Alex received Mareep. Yes, okay, so this is our starter, guys. And, I'm just gonna go with what I was doing. I'm just gonna go with my naming scheme that I did with Pokemon Red, where I'm just gonna name it a random name that comes to mind, which is a real name. I'm not gonna try to make up things, because I think I'll just leave the naming to the professionals, and I will take names that already exist. Because any name I come up with is gonna look like, is gonna be like Fart Nugget or some crap. What should we name our starter? Let's go with, I'm gonna try not to repeat names that I used in the last series. Just for sake of, like, looking back on these in the future of these series, and being able to, like, say, like, this Pokemon put in work, or I love this Pokemon where I had this Pokemon, or this Pokemon's death was so sad. Like, just for sake of simplicity and being able to say that, and not confusing people about which Pokemon I'm talking about, I'm gonna try to name them different things than what I named the Pokemon in Red. So, let's go with... I don't think I named anything Robert in Pokemon Red. Do I like Robert? I don't like Robert. Robert is not a name I like, actually. Robert is not the name I used. I don't think. I don't think I used the name Robert for any Pokemon in Pokemon Red, but I also don't like the name Robert very much. No offense to those people named Robert. Shout out to all the Roberts out there. Just not my favorite name in the world, personally. Let's go with... How do I spell Isaiah? That's a pretty cool name. I don't know how to spell it, and I don't want to spell it wrong, so I'm not going to go with that one. We're going to go with... Gonna look through all the letters for inspiration. Let's go with... Go with Juan. Let's go with Juan. That's a cool name. I like the name Juan. Am I spelling that right? Let me... I feel like I'm wasting too much time naming this Pokemon, but I want to get the right name. I want my starter to have a good name. Fairly sure... Hold on. Hold on, guys. Let me just quickly look up how to spell Juan. Make sure I get this right. Juan. Is this correct? Yeah. This looks like the correct spelling of Juan. Yeah, okay. I think this is it. I think this is the correct spelling. We're going with Juan. Mr. Pokemon lives near Cherry Grove, the next city. It's almost a direct route to there. If your Pokemon is hurt, you should heal it with this machine. Oh, here's my phone number. Call me if something comes up. Alex got Elm's phone number. Indeed I did. Fun. Great. Wonderful. Alex, I want you to have this for your errand. So I get a Pokemon and a potion for just doing an errand? My gosh. Friendly people in this town. There are only 2 of us, so we're always busy. That would explain why you are too busy to come, do this errand yourself. Because I'd imagine, like, walking to Cherry Grove and then walking up from Cherry Grove isn't that difficult. I mean, I'd imagine it doesn't take all that much time. But if there's only 2 of you working in this lab, that does make sense why you wouldn't want to waste any time walking anywhere. Even if it's just a short amount of time, because you need that time to experiment and figure out things about Pokemon. I get it. I understand. What I don't understand is how I'm supposed to get through here. Probably up here would be my best guess. Yeah. That makes sense. There is a little spot right here that I should be able to go through, and then I could drop down there, but would that help me? I don't think so. it might be able to help me in a future game because I see a cut tree down there, and that might lead me somewhere interesting. But, for now I have to go around that cut tree, since I cannot get through it. I cannot cut it down yet. I cannot cut it down just yet. Here we are in Cherry Grove, I think. Should be. See? Cherry Grove City. Perfect. Assuming that I was fairly sure it was Cherry Grove, assuming that I remembered the directions he gave me that said I would go to the left to find Cherry Grove. The city of cute, fragrant flowers. What do you have to say, old man? You're a rookie trainer, aren't you? I can tell. That's okay, everyone is a rookie at some point. If you'd like, I can teach you a few things. Sure. Okay then, follow me. Yes sir, show me around, by all means. This is a Pokemon Center. They heal your Pokemon in no time at all. You'll be relying on them a lot, so you better learn about them. I assure you, I know all about them. This is a Pokemon. Pokemon Mart, sorry. They call it a Pokemon in future games. That's what the new hip kids call it. I call it the Pokemon Mart, because it's not a Pokemart. That's too much abbreviation. Abbreviation? It's too much shortening for me. I don't use these hip new phrases like Pokemart. I call it a Pokemon Mart as you should. They sell balls for catching wild Pokemon and other useful items. Hear that, guys? Balls for catching Pokemon and useful items. Wonderful. Route 30 is out this way. These trainers will be battling their prize Pokemon there. This is the sea, as you can see. Very informative, thank you. Some Pokemon are found only in water. Man really just went up to the sea and said, "This is the sea!" Here, it's my house. Thanks for your company. Let me give you a small gift. I love talking to people and getting free stuff. It's great. Alex's Pokegear now has a map. Pokegear becomes more useful as you add cards. I wish you luck on your journey. Thank you, random old man that I never got the name of. Guide Gent's house. Apparently he doesn't have a name, he's just called Guide Gent. Wonderful. When you're with Pokemon, going anywhere is fun. Depends on the Pokemon you have, I'd imagine. Mr. Pokemon's house is still farther up ahead. Thank you for the tip. Glad they're here to tell me to keep on keeping on, keep me going in the right direction. What's this Mareep holding? It's got no abilities because we still don't have any abilities in this generation. It's got a berry. That makes sense. There's not a lot of held items in this game. But I guess more than Gen 1 because Gen 1 didn't have any. Can we get balls yet or no? Because if we can get balls, I don't know if I even want to, because that would start the Nuzlocke, and that kind of scares me, starting the Nuzlocke before the rival battle. Yeah, because I would probably lose. I probably would lose the rival battle. I hope this isn't one of those games where you have to, like, win the rival battle in order to, like, actually progress in the game. Because if it is, we're gonna have to do a lot of grinding, as Scizor and Vileplume both probably crush Mareep. Jumpluff is cool. I've never used a Jumpluff before. That's a lie. Yes, I have. But I've used very few Jumpluff in the past, so I'd be down for a Jumpluff as my first encounter. I know it's not the strongest Pokemon in the world, but when does that ever stop me? In Nuzlocke, it's done a great deal of stopping me. But, in casual playthroughs, it doesn't tend to. As in casual playthroughs, I use Pokemon like Onix and Meditite. You know, before Gen 6. No Mega Medicham for me. Nope, just regular Medicham is as good as I'm gonna get. I don't think I can actually kill this thing. I hate to sacrifice perfectly good XP, but its synthesis heals far too much for me to actually be able to kill it, I'd imagine. Violet City to Cherry Grove City. Perfect. What is in here? Is this Mr. Pokemon's house? You know Pokemon eat berries. Well, my Pokemon get healthier by eating a berry. Here, I'll share one with you. Our berry, thank you. I already have one, but I thank you. Because, like, I know that you were trying to inform me about something you didn't know I knew about. However, just be aware, I already had one. I'm well aware of how they work, but thank you for your information regardless. check trees for berries. They just drop right off. Again, thank you for the advice. So, I might be able to get a berry right here. Fruit bearing tree. Hey, it's a berry! Wonderful. We got so many berries. We got 3 berries. 3 more berries than I'm expecting out of this episode, which is kind of unwise of me, because the berry bushes are really everywhere, and they give out a bunch of berries at the beginning of this game. I'd imagine. Maybe it's just that guy, actually. I don't know. I haven't played this game a lot, so the fact that I have this many berries right now may seem obvious to you. It may seem like, well, yeah, duh, they give out berries like they're candy in this game. But, for me, I'm very surprised at the amount of berries I've already accumulated. 3 berries before I could get a single potion. I mean, I could have bought potions, but, you know, what's the point in that right now? I don't need those right now. Right now, the Nuzlocke hasn't even started, so I don't need potions. Not immediately on my list of things I need. Mr. Pokemon's house. It's a bit farther ahead. Thank you once again for the directions. Mr. Pokemon's house, straight ahead. Oh, that's great. Right up here, right? That's the side of the route that the sign was on, so I'd imagine it's up this way. That makes sense. If it was up the other way, then it would probably be on the other side of the route. It's a fruit-bearing tree. And it's a poison cure berry. Okay, that's a different kind of berry. Still a berry. It's a different kind. I wonder if the berry trees are randomized. Mr. Pokemon's house. I also don't know how many items there are in this game. And I'm wondering if, like, all the randomized items are just gonna randomize into different types of berries, because I don't know how many of the items in this game are berries. Hello, hello, you must be Alex! Professor Elm said that you would visit. This is what I want Professor Elm to examine. Alex received mysterious egg. Mystery egg. I know a couple who run a Pokemon daycare service. They gave me that egg. I was intrigued, so I sent mail to Professor Elm. For Pokemon evolution, Professor Elm is the authority. Even Professor Oak here recognizes that. If my assumption is correct, Professor Elm will know it. Aha! So you're Alex! I'm Oak! I feel like I met you in a previous timeline. Oh well. Guess it's the feeling. A Pokemon researcher. I was just visiting my old friend, Mr. Pokemon. I heard you were running an errand for Professor Elm, so I waited here. Oh, what's this? A rare Pokemon? Let's see. I see. It's a Mareep. That's really not that rare, but thank you for showing me regardless. I understand why Professor Elm gave you a Pokemon for this errand. I don't. I just, like, walked to a town, walked to another town, didn't run into all that many Pokemon on the way. Really, it seems like a waste of a rare Pokemon. Supposedly rare Pokemon. I mean, I don't know how rare a Mareep actually is, but, called it a rare Pokemon. And if this is what he thinks is a rare Pokemon, he probably shouldn't have given it to me to run a short errand like this, because it really seems like a waste of a so-called rare Pokemon. To researchers like Professor Elm and I, Pokemon are our friends. He saw that you would treat your Pokemon with love and care. Ah! You seem to be dependable. How would you like to help me out? See, this is the latest version of Pokedex. Not the Pokedex, just Pokedex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. Alex received Pokedex. Not the Pokedex, just Pokedex. Go meet many kinds of Pokemon and complete that Pokedex. But I've stayed too long. I have to get to Goldenrod for my usual radio show. You have a radio show, Professor Oak? My gosh, man gets around. Alex, I'm counting on you. Thank you, Professor Oak. You are returning to Professor Elm? Here, your Pokemon should have some rest. And thank you, Mr. Pokemon. I'm depending on you. Depending on me to do what? Oh yes, get the egg. Right, sorry. Bad memory, Mr. Pokemon, you'll have to excuse me. Professor Elm. Hello, Alex, it's a disaster! It's just terrible. What should I do? Oh no. Please get back here now! Sounds like there's trouble over there. Better hurry back as quick as I can. Professor Elm clearly needs my help. I also like the animation of just, like, the grass. It's slightly different from the animation that they used in Gen 1, but I like this game's animation better. Also, I know that I could have done Gen 1 with a little bit of color, but I kind of like it in black and white better. Because, oh my gosh, that did so little damage, that's disgusting. Kind of like it with the black and white better than just, like, everything red. I'd imagine that's what the color option was. But this game has actual color. Like, okay, red and blue, I think that the colors actually change. But regardless of where you are, or like what you do in red and blue, in like Gen 1, your screen is only ever one color at one time. And I don't like that. I actually just prefer the black and white. I don't know how y'all feel about it. I see a lot of YouTubers do like the Pokemon Red and Blue with color versions. But I personally do not like that version. I like the original version better, just like the black and white. I feel is just more... It feels more professional than just like, this whole screen is red right now, whole screen is green right now, whole screen is blue right now. Because the colors are so like faded in the tint that they are. It's like, I don't like the way it looks. It just feels too, the colors feel too soft. You got a Pokemon at the lab. It doesn't have like the rich, professional feel. Like the sharpness that the black and white presents. So I like the black and white better. What a waste, a wimp like you. Don't you get what I'm saying? Well, I too have a good Pokemon. I'll show you what I mean. This guy's so much cooler than Gary, or Blue, or whatever you want to call him. Question mark, wants to battle. And here comes Scizor. This is what I was afraid of. I don't know in this game if you have to beat the rival battle in order to progress. I know you're doing Gen 3. You don't have to in Gen 1. I can't... Actually, now that I think about it, I don't know why you would have to in this game. Because isn't he trying to run away? Isn't the whole point that he's, like, trying to leave as soon as possible before the police come? Oh, crap, I forgot to take the berry off my Pokemon. Whoops. So I just wasted a berry on a battle that didn't matter for the Nuzlocke. Speaking of wasting things, this has nothing to do with wasting things, but, that was a waste of time. That has something to do with wasting things. My name's... Question mark. What an interesting game. What an interesting name. I'm going to be the world's greatest Pokemon trainer. Parents were really creative when they came out with that, weren't they? Question mark. Genius. Stroke of genius right there. I guarantee no other parent has ever named their child that. Truly remarkable. What creativity. Really admirable. Really admirable, praiseworthy stuff. Question mark. What a name. That name will go down in the history books as the stupidest name I've ever heard. No. So, let's go tell Professor Elm about the egg, and give it to him, and then tell Professor Elm also about the man I just ran into, outside. I heard a Pokemon was stolen here. I was just getting some information from Professor Elm. Apparently, it was a young male with long red hair. What? You battled a trainer like that? Did you happen to get his name? His name was question mark, but I'm gonna lie and say that his name was... What should I say his name is? Who is my rival? Who is someone that I consider a rival? Who is worthy of being a rival to me? Who is a worthy name to put to that title? We're gonna go with... my brother. Okay, so Owen was his name. Thanks for helping the investigation. No problem. Alex, this is terrible! Oh, yes. That was Mr. Pokemon's big discovery? Alex handed the mystery egg to Professor Elm. This? But Is it a Pokemon egg? Yeah? If it is a great discovery. Fairly sure it's a Pokemon egg. What? It's a Pokemon egg. Professor Oak gave you a Pokedex? No, he gave me Pokedex. Not a Pokedex, just Pokedex. Alex, is that true? That's incredible! He is superb at seeing the potential of people as trainers. Wow, Alex, you may have what I pressed A too fast. You may have what it takes to become a champion. You seem to be getting on great with Pokemon too. You should take the Pokemon Gym Challenge. What is the voice is dying. The voice is like, what is this voice? The closest gym would be the one in Violet City. There it is. There. I was just slowly deviating from the voice more and more until he sounded like he was just dying. Alex, the road to the championship will be a long one. Before you leave, make sure that you talk to your mom. Will do. So, probably a good idea. Tell her I'm leaving before I go out on my adventure, and probably never come back. Alex, use these on your Pokedex quest. Alex received Pokeball! Not Pokeballs, just Pokeball! To add to your Pokedex, you have to catch Pokemon. Throw Pokeballs at wild Pokemon. But how am I supposed to throw Pokeballs at Pokemon when you're only getting Pokeball? Dude, come on. You're ruining my Pokemon journey. Alex put the Pokeball in the ball pocket. Wait, it's the Pokeball. Do I actually only have one Pokeball right now? Seriously? Hold on. I put the Pokeball in my pocket. But apparently I have 5! Okay. Not Pokeballs, just the Pokeball. So I guess I better talk to Mom, tell her I gotta go, tell her I'm off on a Pokemon journey, and it's really exciting. That's Professor Elm's house. I'm looking for my own house. It's my house? I don't think this is my house. Pikachu is an evolved Pokemon. I was amazed by Professor Elm's findings. He's so famous for his research on Pokemon evolution. I wish I could be a researcher like him. Okay, so that's not my house. Frankly, I don't know whose house that was. I don't know what random woman I just went in and talked to. But, she had some stuff to say. She didn't seem all that opposed to me just walking into her house and having a conversation with her. Yo, Alex! I had Professor Elm discovered some new Pokemon. I'm sure he did. He's a Pokemon professor. That's what he's supposed to do. That's his prerogative. Hi, Alex. Leaving again? You should tell your mom if you are leaving. Yep. I'm on my way to do that right now. Wow, that's a cute Pokemon. Where did you get it? So, you're leaving on an adventure? Okay, I'll help too. But what can I do for you? I know! I'll save money for you! On a long journey, money's important. Do you want me to save your money? No. Be careful! Pokemon are your friends. You need to work as a team. Now go on! Thank you, Mother! And so, our adventure begins, guys. However... Oh. Let's talk to this guy and then I'll end off the episode. I've seen you a couple times. How many Pokemon have you caught? Would you like me to show you how to catch Pokemon? Sure. Let's see what this guy runs into in the catching tutorial. That's the only reason why I'm doing this. Just because, also I want to show you guys the catching tutorial in case you've never seen it. Wow, Rattata appeared. Okay, I like his sprite. He just looks like such a normal, average, everyday guy. It's funny. His proportions look so human, it's strange. He's gonna catch this Rattata. I thought that the catching tutorial was going to be randomized. It is not in this game. It is in Ruby and Sapphire. But that's how you do it. If you weaken them first, Pokemon are easier to catch. Hey, thank you for the advice. And now that we've learned how to catch Pokemon, we got Pokeballs, and we got our starter, so we are ready to catch our first Pokemon. However, guys, that will have to wait till the next episode because we hit the 25-minute mark, so that is the end of our first episode. Thank you all so much for watching, Eevee Clan. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. This is Alex Espion, signing off.